Breakfast
with Adam Green. BBC Radio Shropshire.
8 minutes past 8, Thursday morning on Breakfast. Adam Green and the team with you through till 10. A Telford teenager who volunteers for the NHS is urging other young people to give up their time to help others. 17-year-old Alisha-Mai Stevens, who lives in Brookside, was inspired to give back following her mum's breast cancer treatment. Our reporter Ella Knight has been speaking to her.
A normal shift would be getting patients to and from their different wards and making sure that they're feeling comfortable, contacting their families, making them drinks, food, anything that they need to make sure that the process is as smooth as possible, really.
17-year-old Alicia is studying for her A-levels at Madeley Academy, but since January she's been spending her Saturdays volunteering at the Princess Royal Hospital.
I have recently had to deal with a man who had a cardiac arrest whilst I was on shift. All the doctors were absolutely great. They'd managed to make sure he was okay very, very quickly. All I had to do really was make sure that he got to where he needed to be and get all the paperwork that he needed to make sure the doctors could do their job as fast as possible, really. It is a little bit nerve-wracking, but afterwards I do appreciate that I was a part of that and I did actually somewhat help to make him feel better. It is very rewarding.
Do you think healthcare or being involved in the NHS, something like that, is that something you want to do later on in life?
Yeah, I do actually plan on going to university, hopefully next year, and doing something. I am interested in psychology, so people's mental health and particularly the elderly and how that progresses throughout their lives with dementia and other illnesses like that. My previous experiences with my mum's health did inspire me. She's had breast cancer 3 times. The first one when I was, I think, 1 year old. She's also had a stroke, so every day having to help her and make sure that she's got everything we need, like medication, chemotherapy.
Alicia's mum Sharon says she's immensely proud of her daughter.
She's always been a very kind of a person that's always wanted to give back like that. Through secondary school, I knew that this sort of kind of thing that she would be absolutely amazing at and she would excel at and want to do. So as soon as she mentioned there was an opportunity to go and volunteer like that, I knew she'd want to join in, and I do believe that she will go on to do something like that in her later life, yeah.
And Alicia was saying she's slightly, I suppose, inspired by experiences of visiting you in hospital when you've been unwell.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, it's kind of double-edged, isn't it? Because you don't want her to have those experiences as a child, but if it encourages her to do something helpful and worthwhile and give back in the future, then it's kind of worth it. I mean, she'd have never known any different because the first time I was ever poorly, she was only 1, so she's grown up in that environment, and so it's not even like she's had to adapt because she doesn't know any different, but she's been to all sorts of hospitals all over the country and with people, and she's seen how much of a difference having just somebody, a volunteer there, because the nurses get so overwhelmed and the doctors get so overwhelmed, but having a volunteer there to have a chat, make a cup of coffee, just have a little laugh and a joke, we put a smile on your face, the difference that can make to somebody's day, you can't put a price on that at all.
Alicia's volunteering was set up by Helpforce, a national charity that facilitates volunteering in healthcare. A YouGov survey carried out on behalf of the charity found that 1/4 of people in the West Midlands would consider volunteering for the NHS. Julia Clark is the Director of Public Participation for the Shrewsbury and Telford Hospitals NHS Trust.
There's so many different roles. We have dementia friends, patients that have dementia. Sometimes they may not have any visitors, so one of our dementia buddies will go and spend time with them, just talking to them. We have mealtime buddies, we have end-of-life care volunteers. There is something for everyone, Ellen, seriously. And as I say, if people are interested, ring the hospital, ask for the volunteer team, come in and have a chat with us, tell us what you're interested in, and we'll see what we can work out with you.
Amazing to hear that story, isn't it, on Breakfast this morning. Julia Clark from Shrewsbury and Telford Hospitals NHS Trust there, speaking to our reporter Ellen Knight about the work of their volunteers. Well, Helpforce sorts out volunteering placements at hospitals like the Princess Royal, and with us now on the show is Amerjit Chohan from the charity. Amerjit, good morning.
Good morning, Adam. How are you?
I'm very good. Thanks for being with us. We just heard Alisha-Mai's experiences of volunteering. People like her must make a huge difference.
They do. I mean, it is amazing that, it's such a large proportion of young people are willing to volunteer. With 30% have indicated they're willing to donate their time and talents. And I think that's, amazing contribution for our amazing health service.
How does Helpforce then work with NHS trusts to set up volunteering schemes?
So we support NHS trusts. We support the volunteering teams. We don't actually have our own volunteers. We don't manage volunteers, but where we add value is that we know how volunteers can make a difference. And with the trust, we've been working on a volunteer to career program over the last few years. And at the moment, we've got 38 volunteers who are actually now going through and completing a degree in midwifery, and hopefully they'll return to the hospital as trained midwives.
Can NHS volunteers help deal with things like treatment backlogs, long waiting times?
Well, they're going to provide or cover clinical tasks. Their roles are more around supporting our healthcare staff, nurses and doctors, enabling them to focus on delivering quality care. So you've heard, they'll do end-of-life support. They'll collect medication from hospital pharmacies to get to patients. They'll be involved in transporting blood supplies from bedside to site labs. So a range of tasks that give our healthcare staff an opportunity to focus their time on delivering the best quality care.
Yeah, when you list them like that, I mean, they're really important things to be doing, aren't they?
They are, yeah. And particularly when you've got patients who can be stuck in hospital because they're not getting the right medication to go home, you can add a few more days. That's a long time to be in hospital. So our aim is to try to get people home as quickly as possible.
How much are you monitoring what the volunteers are doing? How much are you providing feedback, things like that, and they provide feedback to you?
They do. I mean, what we get back in terms of feedback, particularly from staff, is they understand the real quality of how volunteers make a difference. 86% of staff say the volunteer boosts the quality of care they can provide. And 56% of staff said they were spending more time on priorities, including care for patients.
Which I suppose is at the heart of it all. If people listening want to volunteer at their local hospital, what should they do? How can they get involved? I
think, as you heard earlier on, contact your local hospital. Every hospital has a volunteer service. They'd be delighted to hear from you. Go and spend some time there. Understand your reasons for volunteering. Some because they want to give back, others because they want a career in the NHS. I'd recommend that reaching out is your first option.
How can people find out more about your charity, Helpforce?
We're available. Our website's available, so go to the online, check out our website, and you can hear more about our work and amazing work. I mean, the last 3 years, we've helped over 1 million people through the power of volunteering.
Amerjit, thank you very much for your time this morning. Amerjit Chohan from the volunteering charity Helpforce, and as you heard there before, we were reflecting on Alisha-Mai Stevens from Brookside, 17-year-old, inspired to give back following her mum's breast cancer treatment by volunteering for the NHS. Maybe you know someone who's doing something similar. Love to hear from you this morning. If you want to get in touch, 08000 321 333. Start your message on WhatsApp with the word Shrop. You can call us 0808 100 96 96.
Breakfast with Adam Green. BBC Radio Shropshire.